This should all be functional now, in theory. Hello, speaking. Testing my audio at full volume, which is still really quiet. Is that better? That's still pretty quiet. What if I move the microphone closer to me? Hello, is this testing better? This seems wonderful. We'll go with this. It's not perfect, but, you know. I think, do I have this set to, no, it's set to medium. Recording level 100. Weird. Okay, well. Good enough for me, I suppose. I don't want to hear myself the entire time. Hopefully that wasn't echoing. I don't really care if it was, though. Oh my god, okay. I a little bit forgot how loud this game is. I hope the game isn't too quiet now, is it? No, it's fine. Great. Great, great, great. Okay, from chapter start. Wonderful. March 14th, 11:33 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis Lobby. What the? Who's the old guy? What the f- Did Agent Lang get shot? It's been too long since I played this. Agent Lang. Lang Z says, little cubs never do know the real fury of the elder wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Oh no, he just had glasses on. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with the Babalese ink, they were all of Zangfa denominations. And that's the, like, third country that's not related to this at all, right? Yes, so I heard it from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy— oh, that's his country, that's why he cares— has taken a big hit. Zangfa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. Also semicolon, by the way. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this. And I've come to this land to capture the master, and I'm behind the whole mess. Why are you monologuing? We're on, like, part 4. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zangfa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. Why are you... What is... What? But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Oh no, my controller's broken. Oh, that's really sad. I'm gonna need to tape that up. Marcus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! Hey, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. By the way, I didn't actually talk about this yet. The reason I'm playing this is because today, in the Nintendo Direct, they announced that they're remaking these games. So, well, not remaking, but remastering, I guess, technically. But still. Time to return to our den. I'm so excited for the new games. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment if you will. You! Wolfman and the Secretary Lady! Hold it! Objection, pal! What the? Detective Gumshoe? Have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Okay, I I feel like I do this every time we play, but I really need to look at this evidence because... Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Okay. I need to look at this stuff because I don't remember any of it. Okay, they share the building. Kojin is dead. Okay. What is on the note that Kojin wrote before he died? And where did that note go? It was kind of shaped like a hat. There we go. Oh, so Kojin was Damask too. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, Jesus Christ. Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shino, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu? When you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Kojin was killed. I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babel investigation at all. So I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. That's an epic line, Edgeworth. Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. She's seriously gonna treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day. You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence. Let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Okay, I definitely should have done this in one part, because I don't remember any of this. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right, the person is one of the keys to solving this case. Sorry for the fun. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what this person Kay saw did. Kay, if you could please explain what the person you were chasing did for us. Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babel East side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sun turned. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kojin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who was there? By the time I had turned the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl into the cover of darkness. Objection! Sorry, but I know for a fact the person didn't escape the door. Oh, and how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Well, Kay, right? She was standing at the door. Am I overthinking this? I'm pretty sure it's just Kay. Also, who the f*** are you? Oh, he's dead. That's too bad.
Take that!
Okay, no, it wasn't Kay. Recall the circumstances around Kay's near arrest. Oh, near arrest! Right, cause somebody ran... We ran in, like, immediately after, and then Gumshoe came in and was like, yeah, we're arresting you. Right? I can't pick myself, so it must be Gumshoe.
Take that!
What?! Who was right outside that door? Wait, okay.
Take that!
Oh my god, are you serious? There's not that many people it can be. But, like, I don't want to guess it. Holy shit, there's 7 parts to this part of the game. We're on part 4. We just started it. Okay, I just looked up the answer on the walkthrough. The answer is Sheena, but apparently they're about to say that it also was Gumshoe, so I'm calling bullcrap on that. Your answer is Sheena? I know that's not her name, by the way. It's Sheena, but I'm not saying it that way. Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into the agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No? I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have... Jesus Christ. It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it out into the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in the hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at the time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Koshin's office from the opposite direction of Shino, sir. Yeah, see? Gumshoe was totally and equally right answer. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that in these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Grrrah! Way to go, Edgeworth. You nailed it with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that route. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagratsu could have taken. Ha 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 ha. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust up with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? Not quite yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wall on the Rob Lee side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagratsu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled it in on this photo. I have to admit that at first, I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that that's impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagratsu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagratsu that Kay was chasing after.
Not so fast!
You can say whatever you like, whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. Is not the same as the one in this photo.
Take that!
Okay, that's such BS. I cheated on that. I had the walkthrough still open. And it said photo of Yatagratsu. That's such crap though, because like what? So he asks why it's not the same person, that we just present the same thing? That's such crap. Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagratsu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagratsu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire. Gross. Oops. Yeah, way to go. That's twice you bit him in the butt now.
Not so fast!
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagratsu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't quite understand what it means yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagratsu's escape route? Now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastinian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'll have much knowledge about the Babalese side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if we lead on that side? Agent Shino explained to my Steve. Ah, Shino is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Shino, you've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Shino and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy? Shino's movements. During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yagarasu that had appeared in Babao. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Koten's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct?
Not so fast!
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Shino tried to arrest Kei under the same rationale. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Grr. Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Kei to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry, Shino, apologize. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Shino. Then let's put that to the test and see if she really is worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. Okay.
Hold it!
So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort? I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people. She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage. I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary. She kinda seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective. Ooh, I kinda had a feeling you were going to say that. I hate the textual in this game so much. Sheena's more than just a good secretary, you know. Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at. Alright.
Hold it!
By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor below, correct? Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in the fall. Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu. Because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on the other floors. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the 3rd floor. When the flyer was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the 3rd floor. And you did that alone? Yes. I think it has to be something in these two, right? Like, why would you be searching during a fire? I don't know, I think it has something to do with the fires. Thank you. During the second fire. How is this gonna come up? Okay, well. Did not mean to do that. During the first fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. Okay. During the second fire, I was the...
Hold it!
So you were in the room next to Mr. Kochan's office. I already told you I was earlier, as I was examining the neighboring room. I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Kochan's office, wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we already cleared that up. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet... I have to agree, right now is not the time to take issue with that. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. But what do I take issue with is the fact you didn't see the Adigratsu agent, Sheena. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Adigratsu.
Hold it!
You were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room? Is this true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. Oh. You know, I feel kind of bad for him. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing on your doubts on that girl rather than me. And Why is that? Do we have physical evidence that the Yatagarasu? Because that... We've already confirmed that this is not, like, a guarantee. We can't use this as evidence, really. I'm very skeptical that the Yatagarasu exists. But she means, like, she doesn't mean, like, the Yatagarasu, because clearly they exist. They've stolen evidence, like, from her before. Like, she doesn't mean, like, the concept, she means, like, this individual person who she was chasing. Okay. First fire, you were putting it in. Second fire, you were searching for the Yatagarasu on the 3rd floor. While searching, heard a scream. Is this gonna end up being some BS, like her lights were off or something, and that's why she couldn't see anything? Like, how could you not see anything if the room was on fire?
Objection!
You know, it was worth a shot. Also, does she have multiple evidence failure dialogues? What the hell? I'm very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. What we found out from Little Thief? What did we find out from Little Thief? There was a knife missing, the clock was moved. Oh, did she move the clock while she was turning off the lights or something? Like, did she have to... Hang on. Because what we discovered from Little Thief was that there was, like, a broken chair or something. Yeah, so it would be this that we need to present it on. But the things that we found out from Little Thief were this. You know, I might as well. I didn't.
Hold it!
Are you throwing Kei's words into doubt again? Well, she just claimed to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she had tried to chase down the Yatagarasu despite being just an average citizen. Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu. That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu. And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere? Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough. I see. Kei's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. So, okay, we need to do this backwards. She used the fireplace. What does that mean? While I was searching, I heard a scream come from the next room over, but it wouldn't have been the next room over. It would have been like, are the rooms soundproof or some is that like, is that evidence that we have? No, okay. I feel like I'm gonna need it. Guys, I have a confession, I looked it up again. But it's such bullcrap. The solution here is revolving fireplace wall on this. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. This doesn't prove anything! She could just be like, oh, I didn't know it spun. Like...
Objection!
What?! Being in the room next to Mr. Crocton's office is the problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastinian office's fireplace? Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects to the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Crocton's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have once run straight into Agent Shino. Oh. So I was thinking about it wrong. We weren't trying to prove that she's Yatagarasu. We're trying to prove that she should have seen him. Okay, fair. It's still stupid though. Meaning that's impossible for her to have missed the Adigratsu. Yeah, okay. Aya! What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shino? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Adigratsu, or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? Truth is, you wore the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Adigratsu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Kojin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shino. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Why are you on this side now? What the fuck? Shino? He. That laugh. Oh my god, it's fucking... It's Callisto in disguise! Holy... What the... What? I remember that disgusting laugh. Bro, I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be. But it has to be. It really doesn't have to be. Tina, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Adigratsu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. I think it's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Adigratsu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? Yes, actually. In fact, it's literally the evidence we presented to you. If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Adigratsu's escape route. The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while. Oh, shit. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know. And that is why I won't hold anything back either, as I answer your question. My question? Here's your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in the ball was used recently. Well, it's... Well, on this evidence straight up, it just says that there are signs that it's been used. But this is the actual evidence that we... This is the reason we know it's been used. I'm gonna go straight forward. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna go straight forward.
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is... I fucking hate this game. Oh, yes, I really thought it was gonna say that that was wrong, and I was like, is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes, according to Ambassador Polino's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Kochin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up?
Objection!
Huh. Unfortunately for you, Ambassador, Polino said that you forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Adigratsu went through the why didn't we just check the other fucking room? When the Adigratsu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Kochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny? Ash as proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. I got bad news for you, Sheena. We have 3 parts left. I wish it could be the last one. Believe me, I want to go into playing the 3DS game with Professor Layton, but... Anyway. Ooh, I actually have chips, so I'll mute before I eat them, but I kind of want chips, so I'm gonna eat chips. Give me a sec. Here, I'll run an ad. Boom. Okay. This noise cancellation is actually really good. It's cutting out my chips completely. I'm actually really impressed. I can't believe this. Like, I'm chewing pretty freaking loud. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Alright. Let's go. In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasa used the fireplace now, can you? So then who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Coachman's office. Again. And there you have it. My counter-argument. I forgot her voice was like high. Ugh. That's very impressive. Not really. We really couldn't have checked the other room for a fucking coat? Like, she didn't have time to go back for it. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. One piece? What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasa name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. I'm eating more chips, I'm sorry. The chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth. You're right. I will see this through to the end. So you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Sheena. Let's begin. I'm ready whenever you are. Hold it. Hold it!
Hold it!
That worked? What the hell? Oh, do you have to let go? Sounds like you're saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough even for you, pal. Ha, looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess you're not all that learned. Youch! Talk about rude, you should watch what you say, pal. Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one. But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagratsu used the fireplace now, can you? Hold it. Hold it.
Hold it!
So you want proof that the Yatagratsu was the one who used the fireplace? That's right. Well, do you have any? Ugh. Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagratsu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection.
Hold it!
Okay, if you could please not steal my line. Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore. Hold it? Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch. Aha! You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence.
Objection!
Ah! While you say that and your agents have finished your thorough investigation, are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything? Well, aren't we full of ourselves staying there insulting Interpol agents? You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this. Length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? I'm so excited. They're redrawing all the sprites, seemingly, based on the trailer that went out today. I'm sorry for my crunching. I like the wire, so what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babylonia embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder? But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing. There's more? In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs someone had burned counterfeit bills there. There were? I don't remember this. What in the... Aya! That evidence was something you found through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see? So there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway. Why am I still talking like the southern accent? I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression. How so? I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort. But rather, I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete. And that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagratsu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright, then I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. What do you mean? You didn't find a piece of evidence. The other Interpol agents work under the command of Agent Sheena. And it is not possible that the reason the person K was chasing... It is not possible the reason that person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because that person knew there would be no... Oh... Agent Sheena was only pretending to investigate the Yatagarasu to the point of investigating K.
Take that!
The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Coachen's office warrants a thorough inspection. How did nobody think to look in this room next to the goddamn body? We knew that the fireplace moved. Why did we not open the goddamn door? Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I'll be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check the room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Edward. Do you really think that Miss Sheeta's the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. But I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he'll find, then I should be able to. Is it the fucking jacket? Because if that jacket is just sitting on the goddamn floor, I'm gonna be so pissed. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment, as if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babaloo's ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value which I'm about to prove. Miss Drudger, the found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh? So what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Drudger? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Hey, jackass. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in the room where you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Oh, great. If we find Babaloo's ink on it? Aww. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings. You have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Sheena. Lang! Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. So which belonging are you going to examine, sir? Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. It appears to me to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena. The Yatagarasu that Kei saw was wearing a coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if that stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. Ah, no, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soap when I was helping with the fire that turned blue. I don't think so. You think you can just get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. What? How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? Me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is. Oh? And you think you can do that? Of course I can.
Take that!
Babalu's ink? Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Polino, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babalu's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Ack. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Babalu's ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do. I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. It's the lantern, right? Doesn't the lantern light up Babalu's ink or something? Oh! Doesn't it burn green? Wit crystal oil-based ink. And then runs on wit crystal oil. We can find out whether that is Babalu's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're gonna prove that it's Babalu's ink? Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut off a bit of your coat. Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. Then if I could please have one, Kay, we'll get this experiment underway. The flame! It's the same color as the flames wit crystal oil produces, which means Babalu's ink is a product of wit crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. How is there 3 chapters left of this? We're proving who it is right now. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarazu's other wing. Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yatagarazu. The one who killed my father. It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say, Callisto, you? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? Ah. Callisto, you. I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude. You haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
Objection!
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived and will reveal your true, ugly form to the world. Enough poetry, I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she's Callisto you? I'm pretty sure I do. It's something that second Yatagarazu has preserved for us these last 7 years. Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. It's the makeup, right? Yeah.
Take that!
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto U. It will? Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle? This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared, 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. This is the bottle of perfume you spilled, which I've preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Bern Faraday, that if I store it under the right conditions, the fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shino, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Haha. Ha. 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 What about this? It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. Ah, you're setting the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you. So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago. Shino, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel at Interpol all this time? Ah, very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you. The woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right, Callisto, you. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Callisto, you, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. Had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn to my side, just like your father always was. Kay, don't. You, I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, is that a gun? Ah, you let Kay go right now, pal. You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief. Ah, hey Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Because he has a penis. Oh. Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? I mean, okay. I don't want Kay to get shot. They are neither the real Yatagarasu, but by the same token, they are both the Yatagarasu. Haha, very perspective of you. No way! The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth, No! I refuse to believe this! The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of a client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor will be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. What the hell? Oh my god! What the f is going on? Detective Bad! It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. Cause she was the... Oh... You're the third member of the Yatagarasu? You. I've been looking for you for a long time. It's been long years, but I finally got you. Ah, why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why'd you kill my father 7 years ago? Ah, why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't admit— Jesus Christ. Stop! Thanks, Edgeworth, that's real helpful. You! Kay! Is Kay dead? It's over, Sheena. Your leg! Who the— Agent Lang! How did he get from the other side of the room? You idiot, what were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? Why are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have, or even if she is a spy, doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? That's fine with me. You should know by now this is just how I am. Hi, sis. Yes? I want you to conduct a full-body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please. Sir! Hey, I found something. What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, Detective. Huh? It is, sir? Let's try pairing up this blade with the handle. Do I really need to present this? Seriously?
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm gonna go return this Babyliss knife now. Alright. I trust you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Polino. Babyliss knife handle, given to Detective. What? Okay, for some reason. Oh my god, my photo server keeps going offline and it's really pissing me off. Sorry, one sec. Babyliss knife handle given to Gumshoe. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callisto, you. For only this time, the only time these handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Kochin's murder. Aha! Which means that you must be Mr. Kochin's killer. You killed Mr. Kochin with the Alabastidian knife. Switched the handles, then took the original blade of the Babyliss knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Objection!
Since when does she have an objection line? Ah, you craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? Why do you think my real reason wasn't allowing her to chase after me? It was also I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device as Gatewater Land, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. Aha, I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Kochin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Ha, yes. Once I had you under arrest, I planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. But you aren't, though. It was very obviously a three-person team. We just had this discussion. You were gonna take Little Thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday? You, that incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Kochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings. Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena? I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Balblaze embassy on fire. Jesus. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. We still have 3 chapters of the game left that you need to play. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait, I mean, Sheena. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, I should return them to you. Heh, you can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I have with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Again, we have 3 chapters of this game left. Mr. Prosecutor? Yes, Agent Lark? Mark my words, I'm not done here and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay. Except for the 3 chapters we have left. I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Java Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. Oh my god. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today's the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. Oops. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Again, there's 3 chapters of this game left. Is it really Trunko Bad? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Trunko Bad. Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Gee, that's That's a pretty grim response to somebody's dead father. Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no. You're no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Here, I should give these back to you. These are the pages from my KG8 case files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. Oh. I was wondering when that first case was gonna come in. Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means... What? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu, and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano Group. Mr. Amano's conglomerate? We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it. But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister. What? Then that means Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another student. She already admitted this. Like, directly to us. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring. She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of this case file, please use it wisely. Trump card? That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's the mark of the Yatagarasu, but why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Coach had on him at the time of the KG8 incident, 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame instead of blaze. So you mean the cards were written in Beverly's ink? The fact that the card that Coach was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used the mark, that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader, and we were only a few steps behind. Okay. So they were basically saying, like, we have this secret mark that you didn't want to show to anyone, And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case. This video. What? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from you. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. The logic of this game is completely lost on me. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. Then that card was not the calling card of the Yatagratsu, but rather a directives card from a ringleader to Mr. Portsman? The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portman thought to withhold from me, and the ones that you stole from my office last night, both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not is up to you, but they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad. There's no limit to the law, for it is people who determine the limits to them. You still insist that even now, you really are something else. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagratsu. Pops, don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, what is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Is this really the end of a legend? Jesus. What an odd place to cut, too. How was there 3 chapters left? That's the part I can't believe. Okay, well. Sorry, apologies for the pause there. This game really confuses me. I'll say that.